Hello, Senior Stoner fan. Just the real Senior Stoner back at you for your Dr. Dabber Stella Dab Pen Diamond Dab of the Day. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining me. As always, if you enjoyed today's video, you know what to do. Join the family, send a like, and I reply to all comments. Let's get started with today's topic. RESPECT. Respect. How do we get others to respect us? How do we earn the respect of others? Most people want to be respected, but they're not sure how the whole thing goes. The key is to stop focusing on you and start thinking about others. How can we help others? How can we inspire change, growth, or innovation with others? When you think about the people you respect deeply, what do they do differently from the average person? Let's discuss. Well, you got to be relentlessly proactive. Don't always wait for direction from somebody else. Use our own skills, resources to get things done and solve problems. We got to get in the habit of figuring things out for ourselves and not be afraid of a challenge once in a while. We've got to keep our promises. This, by far, is the most important thing you can do in terms of gaining respect from others. If you took commitments lightly in the past, don't do it anymore. Always honor commitments and promises. If you find yourself having a lot of trouble with that, it means you make too many promises you can't keep. And stop apologizing. People who are constantly saying, "I'm sorry," without giving a second thought are usually the ones that are, well, not respected. This is time and place, because there's a certain time and place for apologies. Sometimes you make mistakes that affect family and friends. You can apologize to them. Meanwhile, stop using the word sorry 100 times an hour for every little thing that goes wrong, especially in your place of work or place where you live. And don't waste other people's time if you can help it. If you respect others' time, they'll respect yours. This includes not being late for appointments, not spending meetings talking about useless items, getting to the point, bringing things up right away, being succinct, and of course, making it easy for others to make decisions, especially when they're busier than you are. And stop gossiping immediately. Always act as if the person you're talking about is right there with you. We need to respect others even if we don't like them. Everyone has desirable and undesirable traits. It's a fact of life. Realize that and talk from a fundamental belief. If you talk behind people's backs, you and your reputation will quickly become irrelevant. And try to stop being too nice. Distinguish kindness from always having to do things for people. Try to make everyone happy won't get you very far. Being a pushover is highly undesirable as a goal to be respected. If you're nice to everyone all the time, some people might even think you're not genuine. We've got to practice humility. Humility. You're not always going to be right, and you're not always the best at everything. Every person we meet can teach us something. Confidence does not come from a place where you're the best. True confidence comes from understanding humility, and that every person has something unique to offer the world, including us. You got to have your moral code and stand firm with it. That's right. Many overlook that. What do you believe in? What's important to you? What makes you mad? What do you want to change in the world? Those kind of questions get to the core of your own personal moral code. Figure it out and share it with the world, but in small amounts. All the great leaders of the world had a clear moral code. And be open-minded if you can. It's at the other extreme of having a moral code is to remain open-minded. Being open-minded is not complicated, nor is it in conflict with having a moral code. It simply means that we acknowledge that we have much more to learn and that we continue to learn from others, even if we have a strong core belief system already. Try to add real value. That's right. Whether you're part of a community, a company, a group of friends, your family, you'll be respected if you always think of ways to offer value for others. Value comes in many, many forms. But at the end, it's all about offering something to the world or to your community that helps by solving a problem for them. If you create something of value, people will respect you. And try to always do your homework. That means doing your due diligence. When you're interviewing someone, when you're talking to friends, just listen and retain information from the conversations and remember things that they care about for the next time, because you want to be inspiring. You can be inspiring by talking to others about passions and goals without holding back. You can be inspiring by endlessly encouraging others to follow their dreams, their goals, and their visions. And we need to learn to say no. Don't feel guilty about saying no once in a while. Don't worry about missed opportunities either. You don't need to agree to everything that someone asks from you. Sometimes we're more respected by saying no. When you say no, you show you're not afraid of admitting that you value your time and that you don't have time for everything. Believe in your ideas and try not to believe the self-talk. Try to remember to speak up when you're mistreated, always, and stand up for someone else. When you see injustice around you, do you ignore it? Sometimes you have no choice, but there are moments you need to stand up for others, especially when they can't stand up for themselves. You don't need to please everyone. Don't be afraid of confrontation once in a while, as long as you do it in a diplomatic way. Remember to speak your mind. When it's necessary, make sure you do it. People who are highly respected have strong opinions on many topics and lots of ideas on how to improve things. So don't be afraid to mention ideas once in a while. Stop the talking if you can. Sometimes, and I'm a big problem with this, sometimes we need to stop talking and start listening. People who talk endlessly without pause are not usually respected. Listen to others. Stop talking about yourself all the time if you do it. Genuinely try to listen to people. Really listen and try to understand them. Use silence to your advantage. Not every pause should be filled with noise. Taking a moment just to consider a thing before you open your mouth is almost always going to command somebody else's respect. Remember to start caring about others as soon as you can. Pay attention to your surroundings and to the people in your life, whether it's at work, at home, or where you worship. Genuinely caring about others and showing concern during times of need shows empathy, a powerful trait. It also shows that you don't only focus on yourself and that you have the emotional capacity to pay attention and give help when needed. Not everybody can do this, which is why it's so powerful. And ultimately, throughout everything we have to do, we want to control our emotions. Make sure to curb your instant reaction to things that make us highly emotional, whether it's good or bad. Sure, it's okay to be yourself and show enthusiasm, but remember that well-respected people know the difference between responding and reacting. There are so many ways that we can engage the things we do well in life to get more respect from others. It's a wonderful world we live in, where you can actually gain respect from others. People that maybe don't even know who you are, never met you, but you know what? They respect you. People don't even like you, but they respect you. It's an amazing world we live in. Here we go. For a little hit on our Stella by Dr. Dabber, a solid, heavy-duty pen that puts out a nice hit. Here we go. Very light, but tasty. Thanks for joining me, everybody. And thanks for joining me with Stella. Have a great day. Don't forget, you know what to do if you enjoyed today's video on how to get more respect. Cheers.